All right, well, welcome. My name is Stephanie Dirksen. I am the Client Services and Social Media Manager here at the Aurora Project. I have with me Emelio Brown. He is the Managing Partner of Intritech Digital Marketing. So thanks so much for doing this interview and congratulations on your business success. Why don't you start off by telling us a bit about yourself and your business?
Thank you very much, Stephanie. My name is Emelio Brown. I have lived in Westman for 6+ years. I came in from Jamaica back in 2014. The aim was to come and go to school, which is university, and of course, see what possibilities would be here in Canada for me. And of course, in doing so on my quest, I met my business partner. His name is Taps, or Tapu Wanashe for long, but he's from Zimbabwe. And we both met doing our computer science degree. And that's when we actually decided to actually work together and start something big, as we'd say, are big in the making in terms of for the digital marketing space for sure.
So you said you started a business together. Tell me a bit about your business.
Intritech Digital Marketing. We do digital marketing for our clients. So our target market would be small and medium businesses, but our main pillars or main services that we offer would be web design and development, graphic design, and social media marketing. We also do other services, but we don't veer off niche too far. So we can be experts and we can specialize in these services.
Very cool. So you and your partner are newcomers. You came to Westman. Did you see a need in Westman for marketing service when you opened your business?
Most definitely, and just thinking back, say about 5 years, and anyone can do this as well. Just if you just stop and think, going back 5 years ago, before the whole pandemic, especially, of course, there wasn't really a surge going to the digital marketing space. So not much social media marketing being emphasized. A few actually did for sure. In terms of the website development, you had websites, but they were just really a platform for information's sake, right? They weren't working for the businesses, so there weren't much e-commerce websites locally. There weren't much website that was collecting information for sales, for example. And of course, with the pandemic here that's happening, everyone's making that shift right now. So obviously, it's a need for sure, but that's why we made the start to see we could actually build this market here, because a lot of people need help. A lot of people need to go to that direction. And you get the everyone's saying you should support local, but how do you do that if you have to social distance, right? So that's how we're seeing that there's actually a big gap to be filled right now. So again, going back to your question there, we started because we saw the need at that point in time, and that need is more imminent right now as well.
Yeah, COVID has certainly changed a lot, but it's changed a lot about our lives. Definitely changed the way we shop, the way we obtain goods and services, for sure. So was the prospect of starting a new business in a new country frightening or daunting in any way? Like, how did you, or what challenges did you initially face?
It was challenging just thinking about running a business on a whole. Like the services we know how to do, of course, right? If you should ask a farmer or a carpenter how to run a business or what he can do, they can do carpentry or they can do farming, right? But to run a business is a lot more than that. And I think it's just doing that in a new environment as well too is a bit difficult. Going back to when I just came here, I didn't know what a sin is. I got asked that question, right? So, but just knowing holistically what you need to do to run a business, the decisions that you need to make as well too was a bit daunting on us as well too. We weren't aware as to if we should do a sole proprietorship or if we should do an incorporation. We didn't know what to do in that sense. So we needed like that mentor, that big brother almost to help us with these questions that we have to ask as well. And that was our biggest challenge, really. It wasn't really going back to building websites, because we can do that. We can do graphic design, because that's what we were trained to do, of course. But again, just the business aspect or the administration aspect was our big challenge.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like a lot of people, like you say, they do know how to do their thing, their skill, whatever it is that they're good at, but they don't always know how to transform that into a business, right? That's a different skill
Exactly.
sets sometimes. How did the Aurora Project team help you through those initial challenges?
Well, what happened initially, I met Trent a year after we had started our business. We weren't we weren't making the traction that we were expecting. We met Trent. We had to talk about how we can actually work together, or how they can help us at, in fact. And the help came through a series of interviews, right? So we were interviewed on different topics. We talked about our business plan. We vetted that business plan thoroughly. We talked about our services that we offered. We talked about our financials as well too. We talked about our projections even as well. So each interview was actually meant to cover each topic, and we broke it down in small pieces. And then those small pieces were looked at as a bigger topic, of course, right? And if you ask someone how to eat an elephant, one piece at a time, of course, right? So that's really what we did, that approach, of course. But at the same time, it was a big project. We felt like we did have like a team working with us, of course. Now, after each interview, that information was brought back, reviewed, analyzed, and then we got the results and recommendations. And that was very helpful. At that point as well, too, we chatted with a lawyer as well, too, and we got the information that we were looking for. So it was very insightful. We got all our questions asked legally, of course. So it was really good for sure. It works out to the confidence that we're looking at as well too, right? That did help for sure, big time. So we felt confident in the information that we were given, and we now know how to actually do what we're doing for sure. So it was really helpful working with professionals, not just asking a buddy of yours, how do you do this, right? You're getting the information from a lawyer or an accountant, or let's say your team who was experiencing this as well.
Was it helpful to go through it step by step? Was the process itself, the order that they went through the steps, was all of that helpful?
Yes, it was very relevant, the order in which things were done for sure. So again, the steps were like we just got the chance to break it right down to the granular aspect, and we saw things that we wouldn't even think of looking at, right? So I think that was a reason for that. So
Yeah.
after doing that, you know for sure if your business that you're gonna run or what you're thinking of doing, if it made sense or not, right? So I would say yes, definitely, it was actually meaningful.
That's an important part of starting a business too, right? Is making that decision about whether or not there is a market there. So now that your business is up and running, you've been open for a few years now. How do you and your partner feel now today?
Well, we feel very, very good right now. In fact, we're more confident right now. You know, you can make decisions with confidence, knowing that the information that you are given are they're good information, of course, right? So we feel confident. We're pumped to take on our challenges and our goals that we're actually having as well. So that is what we are looking for to do. But again, confidence would be what we say would sum up how we feel right now.
What are you looking forward to in the future for your business?
Well, our future aspirations that we're thinking of, because we're trying to just accomplish our goal, really. So when we started university back then, we were done. We're like, what next? Typically, everyone within the computer science degree or I'd say that study, they typically would move away, right, and go to bigger cities to study or actually work in computer science, of course, because then now you have that brain drain. Now, what's happening right now, what we did at that time, in fact, we decided to stay here and build our own experience because you don't have much for computer science jobs or IT jobs here in Brandon. And that was a gap at that point. So our goal that we're trying to fulfill is to be one of the leading digital marketing agencies in Canada nationally, and doing so from Brandon. So that's our way of giving back to the community in the sense where as we grow, we'd actually employ more IT professionals who are looking to start out as well too here locally as well too. So we'll fill that gap while accomplishing our goals as well too. So that's our hope, of course, or a dream, in fact. And again, to with the confidence that we have right now, we're well on our way. We have the right direction. It's going to take a lot of work, we know it, but that's where we're open to go and we're aiming to actually get as well.
you can start a business from anywhere, right? You can have your headquarters anywhere, and there are some big corporations that have started in Brandon and kept their headquarters in Brandon, and
Nice.
it's definitely a way to stimulate the local economy. So when you picture yourself expanding coast to coast nationwide, how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
We know it's going to be a lot of work. We know that for sure. But myself and my partner, we're hardworking people naturally as well. Too. We've been doing this for a while, and we've seen successes from that. So we're not going to stop right now. The aim is to actually say dominate or get some command in the market here locally. But with doing so, the aim is not to step on anyone's toes. We're looking to work locally with other agencies in town as well too. So if you can collaborate and work together, there's a big gap to be filled. If you think about the whole pandemic and everyone's saying you should support local, how can you do that if you don't have that web space or that digital marketing space engaged, of course, because you have to be doing social distancing and stuff like that. But again, there's a lot of gap to be filled there. So we can all grow for sure. But the idea is to actually be dominant here, expand provincially, and then federally, of course, right? And that's going to be our goal come the next few years, of course. So that's how we plan to do it, of course. We have our game plan, thanks to you guys, of course. But again, we're going to go ahead and do what we plan to do for sure.
Local businesses having a healthy web presence does make it a lot easier for customers to
Yeah,
buy from them while social distancing, for
exactly.
sure. Um, so now that you've had some successes, you're looking toward the future. Would you recommend Aurora Project to other newcomer entrepreneurs?
Most definitely. I would recommend the Aurora Project for sure. In fact, we have sent referrals your way for sure, and we're looking to do that more. Because with our case study, for example, we know that it works. We know the system actually works, the processes works as well too. So, and doing what we're doing and just getting our successes so far, we have people who'd approach us and say, "Hey, Emilio, how do we do what you're doing? Or how do we start our own business? What do I do?" And again, I'll give any advice. I like to be a mentor myself for sure, which I'm doing that right now for some. But for the most part, we'll actually send these people your way as well too, just to ensure that they can get the same treatment that we got, the same VIP treatment as well too. So that'll be what we're doing for sure. But we'll definitely recommend the Aurora Project.
That's what. Thank you for the kind words. And you are a VIP. All of our clients are VIPs. You are wonderful, amazing people to move to a new country, start new businesses. That's very, very cool.
Thank you
That's
very
very,
much.
very cool.
Mhm.
So I guess last question. How can people find your business? Do you have a website or a phone number or a physical location where they can reach you?
Yeah, so we are operating remotely right now. We're of course local, so you can reach us on our website. That's going to be intritech.ca, and that's INTRI tech tech.ca. You can find us on social media as well too. That's going to be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, you name it. We're all there. And as well as you can call us at our main number. That's 204-520-1111.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Emilio, for doing this interview, and all the best to you and to your partner and to the future of your business.
Thank you very much, and thanks a lot for your help, you and the team. Thank you.